Okay, so my name is Istvan. I'm a software engineer at Pagerduty, and today I would like to talk about what it was like when I joined Pagerduty last year and what I learned about operations, DevOps, and being on call. So as software engineers, we build things, and DevOps is when we build something and we are on call to fix it if it breaks. Before Pagerduty, I worked at a large telecommunications software enterprise, which was different in a few ways. So first, it is not uncommon to have only 1 or 2 software releases a year. And second, development and operations are usually not just in different teams, they are in different companies. So these are like really huge silos, not a real place for DevOps. So going from no operations and a few deployments or a few releases a year to doing DevOps and 20+ releases a day was a huge change. So what was it like? When I joined Pagerduty, I was given access to a set of tools, a lot of tools, and many of them were different from the ones I was used to. And in many ways, they were much better. And then I found that the key difference was probably the selection criteria. So for enterprises, it's usually compliancy that most startups, it's productivity. And this really makes a huge difference. I also never had to do a production deployment before. So the first one was really terrifying. I thought that I can really take the whole site down, and there are just so many things that can go wrong. That's what I thought. Fortunately, it turned out to be very easy. I had to go into our chat room. I entered a few commands, and a few minutes later, my change was there live in production. So later I learned that we can do much better than this, and today we are actually doing full continuous deployments without any manual steps. So automated deploys are key, but they are not enough. We break down features into small increments, and we also hide more risky ones behind feature flags. We should not forget rollbacks, because sometimes bad deploys will still occur. And even if we avoid bad deploys, there will be still failures. So at Pagerduty, every engineer is on call. So after I joined, I also entered my team's on-call rotation too. So one early morning, I was paged for the first time. It was quite surprising. I was expected to see and think clearly, but it was quite the opposite. So how can we prepare for this? I found one of the best ways is to practice failures, which we do every week. Sometimes the on-call can solve the problem on its own. In some other cases, we require coordination. So that's why it's time to trigger an incident response. My first real incident response was quite an experience, even as just an observer. I heard people saying like, are there any strong objections? And please investigate something and get back to me in 5 minutes. I was wondering why we are doing this. And then I learned about all the different roles. There is a scribe who writes down everything people say. The incident commander coordinates between first responders. He also delegates few tasks. Support talks to external customers to let them know if there is a potential impact. I think we all love self-organizing teams, so why are we doing this differently during an incident? I think the key difference is that for self-organizing, we probably need a bit of time, and during an incident, we basically we don't have time to self-organize. So even if our servers and our systems are operating perfectly well, we want to know like what they are doing. With hundreds of servers, sometimes even more, it's no longer an option to go and log on to them one by one to see what's going on. Still, at the beginning, it was shocking to see how much data we collect from production systems. Metrics, monitoring, all the log messages, errors, everything. But it turns out that this is really crucial to be able to operate our services efficiently. So I visited Nogs before, but having these tools on my laptop accessible all the time is really, really powerful. So this was my experience in a few minutes. And some key takeaways: automated and frequent deployments. We shouldn't be forgetting rollbacks. An incident response process is really important, and practicing failures does help a lot. So in real life, trust me, it took much longer than this 5 minutes. And just one last thing. So today, I really hate that my deploys take 25 minutes to take a change to production. Thank you.